Welcome to the Correct DRS User Tutorial Scratch Basics. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to quickly and easily remove a scratch across multiple frames. For this tutorial, we'll be using the baseball clip. Media for this clip is available from the support portal for download if you want to follow along. To open the Scratch tool, click the Scratch tab or press F3. Let's take a look at the scratch in this clip. The Scratch tool is an interactive, automated tool. When I set up the Scratch tool on a single frame, it takes that information to figure out how to process the rest of the frames without the user having to fiddle with any settings or sliders. So I might get slightly different results depending on which frame I start with. I'm going to start with frame 28. To set up the tool, just drag and drop a rectangle around the scratch. If the scratch moves around, the box should bound all of the motion. If you hold down Shift, the box will automatically snap to the top and bottom of the frame, so you can just drag a smaller rectangle in the center. You can see that there is a setting in the tool to indicate if the scratch moves or stays put. The Scratch tool will automatically find the scratch and place a magnifying box over it. You will see the magnified area in the bottom box and histograms of each color channel in the boxes above. These can help you better identify the true location and boundaries of the scratch. The red lines inside the magnified box indicate the boundary of the scratch. You can use the mouse wheel to make it wider or narrower. Hold down Alt and use the mouse wheel to move it left and right. It's a good idea to get the red lines as tightly into the scratch as possible, but leave about 1 pixel on each side. This is the first true multi-frame processing tool we've taken a look at, so I want to take a moment to talk about the Processing Toolbar. This is common to all automated tools. It contains controls to preview corrections only on the current frame, render corrections, render just the current frame, and pause or stop rendering. All of the processing commands have keyboard shortcuts. D key previews one frame. Shift D previews the entire marked range. G key renders the corrections. Shift G renders across the entire marked range. Use the spacebar to pause or resume rendering or preview, and hit Control Space to stop. Right now, only Preview 1 and Render 1 are available because we have not marked the clip. When using any automated tool, you need to indicate the mark in and mark out so it knows the range of frames to process. I'm going to use the H key shortcut here. Normally that marks between scene cuts, but since there are no cuts, it will mark the entire clip. To review all navigation shortcuts, please see that tutorial. Now I'll use Shift D to preview the fix. In the preview, I saw a couple of frames that didn't turn out so well, but overall I'm pleased with the results, so I'm going to go ahead and render this with Shift G. Just like in DRS, you can preview and undo history. Use W to highlight the fixed pixels. And Shift W to show the original pixels. Right-click and drag to get original values. You are now in a pending state and can reject the Get Original Values with the A key or accept it with the G key. You can see Scratch is a very simple tool to use.